What's going on, guys? WhiteFox1225 here, and I usually don't cover competitive shooters on my channel, but this game looks really cool, it's unique, and it's being made by an indie studio, so I figured to cover it. And the game is Moving Hazard. It's being made by Psyop Games. Like I said, they are an indie company, but it's a zombie-based PvE, PvP multiplayer game with a really unique concept, and honestly looks like no game I've seen before, so I figured that fits in perfectly with the channel, and I'll just tell you guys everything you need to know about the game. So like I said, the game is based around the zombie apocalypse. Just a quick background: about 60 years ago a zombie virus got out, and now military factions fight over the land and over resources, and that's just a little quick background to the lore of the game that sets up the multiplayer. Really not a story heavy game, it's a competitive multiplayer shooter, but there is a little background there if you like that. The really interesting part of the game is that the maps will be scattered with zombies, and I don't mean a few zombies, there are really a lot of hordes of zombies around the maps, and you have to use the zombies to kill each other, although you can still kill each other in the classic way, just shooting someone with an AR or something like that. But you can also use the zombies, and you're going to have to use the zombies. And also the zombies are a natural obstacle, so they will try to kill you if you get close to them, and you'll have to use equipment to make them attack other players. For example, there's like a pheromone attractor Molotov that makes zombies turn on your side and they'll attack your enemies. And there's a lot of made up equipment in the game that will let you weaponize zombies. And then also there's ways to counterattack zombies. For example, you can set up like a thing called the Templar, which sends a signal out that makes zombies run away from you, which makes the game sound really interesting just because you have to fight each other with the zombies, and it just makes it really unique. And like I said, it's not something that we've seen before, which is really cool. The game has some game modes, so all the game modes are 4 players versus 4 players, which might seem small, and it kind of is, but at the same time, remember there's going to be zombies all around the map. There's Team Deathmatch, just the classic Team Deathmatch, I don't really have to explain that. There's King of the Hill, where you just have to hold a specific point from the enemy, and then Capture and Hold, which you're capturing multiple points around the map. Something like Domination in Call of Duty, that would be something I could kind of relate it to. There's also going to be a single player horde mode where I assume you're just fighting hordes of enemies, maybe other like AI too, not completely sure about that, but there is a single player for you to play in the game. The graphics look alright, it's running on the Unreal 4 engine, apparently it's performing really well for early access, and it looks kind of like an old COD game to me, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Kind of looks like Modern Warfare like 2 or something like that. It just looks okay, not amazing, but it's a competitive shooter. Looks a lot like Counter-Strike 2, I could relate to that. So the graphics work for what it is. And that's pretty much it for the video, guys. The game, like I said, is on early access right now on Steam, so you can buy it for 20 bucks. Only a portion of the game is in it right now. They're adding a lot more stuff, and there's a lot more coming to the game, so reason to be excited. I could see this game blowing up, being as big as Counter-Strike if the community really gets behind it. If it gets that good esport feel like Counter-Strike has, I could see it blowing up. They just need to, advertise right and attend conferences, and I really could see this being popular. One thing to keep in mind before you buy the game is that not a lot of people are playing right now, so you might have a bit of difficulty getting into a game, but I'm sure that will change over time. If you guys liked the video, give it a like. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. We have lots of videos coming this week on the Elder Scrolls Online, The Division, and stuff like that, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.